Billie Eilish house.
How are you gonna do in the house? Show like pretend like
Well, I mean,
like each scene's like a music video. Really hope it's not real. Like I mean I like Billie Eilish. Do I like her to be in the house? No.
Yeah. Halloween Horror Nights, HHN 30, Halloween Horror Nights 2020. You know what I mean? Is the virus gonna stop this? Is it not gonna stop this? What do you think?
It might.
You think it might?
I think it might. I think it's way different than the parks.
Yeah.
First of all, you go inside houses, and there's strangers behind you, and let me tell you how many times I've been squished like a sandwich by strangers behind me because they're trying to run away, and they're always complaining about the lines.
They're gonna cut the amount of people who come in. They'll just cut the capacity, and they'll they'll change the way you could queue. Most likely, they'll probably not change like some digital thing. But I think
they'll do it like Busch Gardens.
They'll probably I don't know what you mean by Busch Gardens, but
like they do it by groups, I believe.
So maybe I guess maybe groups are. I'm even thinking not even let people get inside the line. They'll stop people from coming inside the line. Like that would be like they'll probably have the houses open in the front,
like how they do like the Jimmy Fallon.
Every few times. Again, but like I said, they can't do any digital things with the houses, you know. So I don't think they would. I mean, they can, but I don't think they will. So I don't know. To me, I think it's still happening. That's my pitch. I mean, my prediction.
No. For sure, it's gonna happen because it's Florida. It's theme parks.
My prediction is Halloween Horror Nights is gonna still happen, and I hope that still happens. I really do. With all that being said, Halloween Horror Nights, regardless if it happens or not, obviously there's people speculating to this day and probably things leaking. I'm not sure. I'm not really up to date with everything. It's very hard and very close this year for sure. But I have seen these speculation maps come out throughout the year at times.
I've seen one.
Yeah, like I've seen one or two, whatever. Today we want to review the latest speculation map for Halloween Horror Nights 30.
Woohoo!
Okay, so here we have it. Here is the Universal Orlando Halloween Horror Nights 30 map. It's a prediction map. It's not like the actual map. So these are speculations, I guess. And I just want to like look at the overview real quick and just like read the houses they have, and then we'll go into like what our thoughts are on each one of these things. Okay, so we have the Universal Monsters, the Brides.
Ooh.
We have Pumpkin Original, I don't know what that is. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which looks like the remake for whatever reason. Mannequin Theater, Bedtime Stories, The Haunting of Hill House.
Ooh.
Horror Night Icons.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
That sounds interesting. Beetlejuice.
Ooh.
Anniversary House.
Ooh.
And Billie Eilish. Our scare zones here, they're all like unknown. There's only one though that has the creep show there, which is interesting. So where do you want to start? Do you want to go left and right? ABC, because I was I'm kind of dumb, so I was reading it up and down, but
I didn't want to say anything, but I was like, does he know the letter?
Yeah, when I first started reading, I was like, I don't know if I just keep reading like that or just go left and right. Let's start with the first one, Universal Monsters, The Brides, and that's going to be in which is the Rip Ride Rocket place it's saying.
Like usually A is like either the really iconic one,
the big one of the year,
no, it's either iconic because like it's a really big known name, or it's because it's the house of the year.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think either one of those kind of fit the description of this Universal Monsters of Brides thing.
When I think of it, when I hear it, I always think Frankenstein's Bride. That's the first thing that pops up.
I think that and probably just
maybe,
I guess, the classic monster
but females version. That's what I get from it too, because it says Universal Monsters, the Bride, so I'm assuming like a mummy. I don't know if they'll go with the new mummy type, or they'll just make like a bride for the mummy. But that I think you're right. I think it's just gonna be like the female.
Yeah, I think it'd be that, which seems interesting. I mean, I like that. I'm gonna say right now, I like that.
Oh no.
At the house, I'm good. All right, so next one we have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I for right now looking at it, I'm not sure. I can't tell you 100%, but that looks like the remake's logo. Like I think the 2003 film. It looks like it. I mean, that's why I take from it, but I don't know. It could be anything.
Maybe they'll throw us off and they'll be like, "Sayek gets all of them." Like,
which is weird. I mean, because remember what year was it that they had the same thing, but the original film? Remember, it was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah,
I feel like it wasn't long ago.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Like I don't understand why that's there, but
remake. Remember, they're different.
No, but I know. They had I've been to the remake house in 2007, so like I've seen that before. Yeah, so I'm just wondering if they just do it again. I guess I don't know. But it's in the Jimmy Fallon cube thing,
Jimmy Fallon.
the Twister one. So what do you think about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
I'm okay with it.
I'll be honest.
I don't love it. I don't hate it.
Yeah,
but I feel like it just. feel like I remember, like, yeah, I've been to that house before.
The problem is, if that is the remake one, I've literally been to the remake house of that. So, I mean, I'm not against it because I really like the remake. I think the remake is a good film. But just looking at the rest of all these houses, it doesn't make any, like, why would the Texas Massacre have its own house this year? I don't know. It's strange to me. I'm not against it, though. I kind of like it. Do I think that's real? I don't know. To me, if I had to call it, I don't think that's real. I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm like a middle in between. I'm not against it, but I'm not for it. I'll be okay if it's really lined up.
Again, like I said, I'm not against it. Like, I'll be happy if it's there.
But I don't see a theme this year.
I don't believe it's there though.
Yeah. It could. Yeah. I mean, I hope they realize, like, hey, we used this before.
Yeah, which is, I mean, again, I'm not against that. They can reuse whatever they want. All I'm saying is I don't think it's actually gonna be there. So bedtime stories. It looks like an original house, which I love. Which I'm saying, I'll say this right now. A lot of this is original houses I'm seeing off of this, which is good. Like, I think that's amazing. If this is a thing,
this is real.
I like this a lot. But bedtime stories, I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. I wouldn't.
I would think it's about bedtime stories. Maybe it could be old stories, like how, you know, like fairy tales were old, and just old stories, but just make them scary. I like bedtime stories that are happy usually, and then just make them scary. Yeah, probably. I think it could be that.
So, do you think this thing is? I say I'm cool with it being a thing because it's an original house. How about you?
I would be down. I'm kind of interested into what are the stories. You know, it kind of draws me in.
Yeah. So, do you think this is real?
I hope so.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think so. It's like a so-so.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know.
It's hard.
It's a weird. I think I'd say it's real.
I don't know. I mean, I'm like I said, I hope it is real. Can't guarantee it.
So D is the Horror Night Icons, which is located right next to it. Yeah. Which I hope. My big thing about this year is,
I hope it's real. I think it's gonna be real.
I hope the biggest thing about this year that I hope is that it's an actual, like, anniversary year, because that's the point. It's Halloween Horror Nights 30. Halloween Horror Nights 20 was amazing. That was probably, it's not my favorite year, but it's like, I remember when that was happening, I was like so excited for that thing. Yeah. And, you know, it's been 10 years now, and like, I'd love for them to do something great with this year, but obviously because of the whole virus thing, I don't think they are, and they couldn't have went all out because of the situation. Yeah. But it is what it is. I just hope if they do run this event, I just hope they could make sure this feels like an anniversary year and not some commercial.
I feel like, my opinion, D should have been where A is.
I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe they'll change it. You know, this is prediction.
I will say, I mean, to me, all those in that lane, those are usually good production because they're in the studio.
No, they're in the studios.
So the soundstage, I guess. So my question is, do you think that house is real or do you think it's fake?
Because I think it's real.
You think it's real?
I think so.
I'm gonna say right now, this is the weirdest thing, because the next thing on the list is that the E one, which is Anniversary House, which I don't understand because that sounds like the same thing.
I feel like Anniversary House could be about
what?
So, I mean, I would rather have a Horror Nights icon than an Anniversary House.
To me, it sounds like the same thing. I don't know what is that.
Yeah, it does. And like I said, it could be, like we said, Horror Nights icons, or it could be about, I think, weddings, killing your spouse, Black Widow type shit.
If the Anniversary House is what I think it is, which is an anniversary house of the anniversary of like Halloween Horror Nights, like the 30-year celebration, and the other one's like just like the icons or something, that would be amazing, and I'm all for that.
Can you give me a little more insight as to like Anniversary House?
I think the Anniversary House could be like anniversary, like each room could be like some of their reoccurring like classic houses that they've had past the years, that could be there. The Icon House could be the Icon House, you know, have all the icons they had throughout the years.
So you're saying more like the setting
of
the houses would be the Anniversary House all, and
yeah, but again, like the icons.
But without the icons.
But the icons are not part of that. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah. I mean,
because the icons are their own houses, and that could be in the Icon House if it's real, and I hope it is. But I doubt it. I don't think it's gonna be real. I don't think they'll have two houses about the same thing. But I hope they do, and I hope they, and I also hope they do, because if this is gonna happen, this event's gonna happen. I don't think their deals that they had with like a lot of the companies, like maybe they probably just couldn't go through with them because of the whole situation. And if that means a house with like a lot of just a year with a lot of your original houses,
sounds cool.
Big fan. Okay, so the next house is Pumpkin Original, which is probably not the name. It's probably someone knows it has to do with pumpkins and they're just calling it Pumpkin Original. So what do you? I think that's going to be a Halloween focused one, you know, like pumpkins, you know, like the the holiday Halloween, you know, which I like a lot. I don't know about you.
If it's like the trick or treat, I'm okay with it. But if it's something like I like pumpkin, so I don't mind that. But if it's something like I said, if they do change the name and I think I'd be more excited for it, I'm okay with it. I mean, it is cool that it's original. Like, I'd rather have it to be an original thing about pumpkins than, you know, something from like a movie.
Okay, so the next thing we have is Mannequin Theater. It looks like another original house too. I don't think that's a IP either.
No, I don't think so either.
Which is also amazing. And again, if my answer would have to be if I like it or don't like it, I do like it and I hope it happens. But I think this one I do think will happen.
I think this one most likely to happen more than Pumpkin Original.
I think this will happen probably more than Bedtime Stories, in my opinion. That's my guess.
Mannequin
what do I think
Theater.
Mannequin Theater is? I think Mannequin Theater is a haunted house that is filled with mannequins, and that's scary because I think that's really cool. It could maybe even be the 3D house of the year.
3D could be it, just because like mannequins, you always see them just all standing still, and then some are props, some are real. So I think that's what the Mannequin Theater will be mostly about. Theater that you go into and the props are still there, which are just mannequins, you know, and just coming out to get you because they're possessed.
So moving on to the second IP house on this list, which is The Haunting of Hill House, which is the show, right? It's a show. I've never seen it. I will say though, as an IP, I'm happy with that.
The show scares me too much for me to I couldn't even continue with episode 1.
I do think if these are still being stated now at this point, The Haunting of Hill House, I think that probably is still in.
I think for sure that would be like the real one.
So moving on to the next house, which is
Beetlejuice,
right? Interesting. I like that. I'm very happy that I hope that's real. I think it's real.
I think
it's real, and I think it's gonna happen.
I want both.
Pitch.
I love Beetlejuice. I think it was like one of like my favorite films ever as a little kid. Until this day, I still love it. I like when I see Beetlejuice around Universal.
I'm happy if it happens, which is really cool because it's another iconic house, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, it's not some original thing as an actual movie, so that's interesting. But you know, the history of Beetlejuice being in the parks and everything, it's like a no-brainer that I think this could be real. I
100% would put my hands on fire type for
I think it'd be real, and I think it's cool for a HHN 30 thing. Billie Eilish house. I'll say this: what I always heard from this, you know, I haven't been that close on speculations. I always thought the Billie Eilish situation with Hollywood Heights this year was gonna be a Lagoon show. I thought she was just gonna make music for the Lagoon show, or they were gonna use her music that already exists and do some cool visuals with it in
how
the
they
water.
did last year.
Yeah, I thought it was that the Lagoon show was gonna be based around Billie Eilish, which was okay. That's interesting. That's cool. Whatever. It's music. Yeah. It's a music show, but to have a haunted house about it is weird. And I feel like more than American Horror Story, more than Stranger Things, more than any of these very much children type things they've added to these events, that one's very strange to me. Because they done Alice Cooper, but that makes sense. He's in horror films. Billie Eilish has nothing to do with horror, as much as I know. I've never seen her in any of these films. I've never seen her write anything in the horror genre, so I have zero idea why her name is connected to this. But that's all I gotta say about that.
How are you gonna do in the house? Show pretend each scene's like a music video.
I will say at least that's the only thing I could give it, because at least this is not some other just normal pop artist.
Yeah.
It's not Dua Lipa house or whatever. Okay, it makes
a Britney house.
Exactly. It makes a little bit of sense, because if you watch her music videos, they are kind of creepy-ish. So at least there's that.
But I feel like there's so many other artists that do that too.
Yeah.
So it's not like a.
But again, I mean, you're right though. I mean, for sure, if they're gonna pick any artist for an event like this, it has to be her. It's that makes sense because the kids. It's for the kids.
So it's
again. So then this is my big hot take on the whole thing. Even though I keep seeing this, I keep hearing it rumored, whatever.
You think it's not gonna happen?
I don't think it's real. I just don't believe it.
I really hope it's not real. I mean, I like Billie Eilish. Do I like her to be in the house? No.
Yeah. Okay, I want to say one thing before we close this thing out.
Okay.
We just talked about Billie Eilish, but it's about Billie Eilish again. I will say, if these are the houses that are actually there, I'm not mad at the Billie Eilish thing. Is my thing. Why? Because I think there's enough original stuff here that I don't feel like it's that crazy. But when I saw Sabrina Haunted Hill House, all that, like, it was like I was like, okay, that's annoying. Like, it looked like a lot of like, this looks like a kids event. But the only actual kid thing I see now is Billie Eilish and maybe Haunting of Hill House. But again, that's not like even like that's more of a serious thing. It's not, American Horror Story or whatever. But any last thoughts you want to say about this speculation here?
I'm glad Sabrina's not in this one, even though I've seen the show. I don't mind it. It reminds me of Riverdale for sure. I mean, it's from the comics, so I do think it's gonna be a scare zone for sure. Yeah. I think they changed it up and they're gonna make it into a scare zone. Like you said, it's not that I'm mad about Billie Eilish. It's like, I understand why you guys are doing it, like, marketing, getting like younger people in there, all that. I just think you could have done better, Universal. I think you could have pulled up another original house in there.
Yeah.
It's an anniversary. I don't want Billie Eilish in the anniversary.
That's weird.
I want like something big or cool that's gonna be like, I'm gonna remember this forever.
Yeah, you're gonna look back and be like, yeah, but HHN 30. Like, remember the Billie Eilish house?
That was the best.
I mean, I'll say this, at least. Hopefully that's all. If it does happen, hopefully it's just like the HHN 30. Remember the Billie Eilish house? I hope it's not like, remember the past 5 years when we had Billie Eilish every single year? I hope not.
Nah, that was just for American Horror Story type and Walking Dead. Because I know Walking Dead was just
these past 10 years of Halloween Horror Nights has been a mess, in my opinion. Like, that's just ridiculous. If you guys have any opinions about this map, this is our opinions. If you guys want to talk about it, leave a comment. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys like this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you guys subscribe, because I'm pretty sure we're going to make a lot more updates of this event as time goes on. And I'm really looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting to this event this year. And hopefully it doesn't get canceled. So,
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. See ya.